everyone. Today I wanted to go over how to work on your upper back mobility if you've been at the desk, forward, if you don't have a foam roller. So one of my favorite ones is you take a hand towel that you can get from your bathroom, fold it hamburger style, and then you're going to roll it up into a tube. So I always like to start with one hand towel to begin with. That's more of a beginner version, and how to progress it is to add another hand towel or a slightly larger towel to create a larger diameter. And what we're going to do is lie with it along our upper back. So you place it here, and usually you have to eyeball it kind of and adjust. So I like to start with it kind of in my armpit region. You can adjust to whatever feels most comfortable. The easiest version is lying with your hands at your sides. Throughout any of these positions, you want it to be comfortable, pain-free range. So we don't want to work on your upper back at the expense of your shoulders bothering you. So you can lay like this with the easier version. If you feel your chin is poking up and you can't keep that length through the back of your neck with a gentle chin tuck, you can have a pillow to support your neck. People with really tight office posture sometimes need some neck support so they don't strain their neck. So if you want to increase the stretch, you can go ahead and make your arms in a T. You might need to shift around a little bit. Still keeping your core tight, making sure you're not arching. Same thing with the foam roller series. And you can lie like this for 1 to 3 minutes. An even more advanced version is the higher up your arms go, the more intense it is for your upper back. So you can grab onto your elbows. And what I feel is an increase in the pressure in my upper back. It's still comfortable. It's not a lot. It should be comfortable and never a painful amount of pressure. If you're feeling a little pinching or pain in your upper shoulder with grabbing your elbows, a little easier version is grabbing onto your hands right here. Same thing, you're going to lay, chin tuck, 1 to 3 minutes. I sometimes do a variation of like a minute and a T and a minute with my arms overhead like this. And when you're done, you always want to make sure to roll to the side. And oftentimes I like to do cat camel or cat cow afterwards, where you round and go down. If I haven't done this stretch in a long time, or if I do it after like a long bike ride, it can feel very stiff. So getting a little bit of mobility can make it a little more comfortable. And then the stiffness and a little bit of discomfort can improve with time. So another exercise that I like to do that introduces a little bit more rotation. So that one was extension, which is this motion. This next one is introducing rotation and chest opening. So you're going to lie with a pillow supporting your head, knees in line with your hips, one hand out, other hand on top. This is called reach and roll. So you're going to reach your hand forward and roll backward. There are a couple options with hand placement. So a little bit easier version is hand on your rib cage. You can do hand behind your head as long as you're not having excessive tension here. Or you can have your hand arm go with you with it straight out. The big thing that you want to remember with this, that this is about upper back rotation, spinal mobility. So I like to think about my arm as just along for the ride. What's driving the movement is rotation. What I'll sometimes see people do is they'll crank, try to grab their hand, reach their hand back as far as they can, and then they'll get soreness here just because they're cranking on that ball and socket in their shoulder. The purpose of this is to open up your shoulder, gently let your shoulder blade go towards the floor behind you, and also not to crank on it so much that you feel it really in your low back. You want to keep this feeling it in the front of your chest and behind your shoulder blade. I've cranked on it before, had a little bit of a soreness in my low back, and I went, I know why. So you're going to hold 5 to 10 seconds, hold 5 to 10 seconds, comfortable range. I sometimes like to do it this way. Opening and closing.
Okay. And then another one that I really like to work on if you've been at your desk a long time. So what typically gets really tight, one of the muscles is the lat, which is located right here, which gets really tight with us being in this position. So what you can do is grab a chair, coffee table, couch. You're going to place your elbows on the surface. You can place your forehead on the chair or the couch, and then you're just going to draw your shoulder blades together until you feel a stretch either in this area here in your lats or a little bit of stiffness in your upper back. If you want to increase the stretch, you can open your hands up like this, or hold on to something, because that deepens the stretch in the lats even more. So I'm opening up my hands like this. You can hold for 20 to 30 seconds, a couple times. Of course, with this, you don't want any pinching or pain in your shoulders. It's not about jamming your shoulders down as far as they can. It's about opening up your upper back, getting a stretch in those lats, keeping it comfortable. And those are some of my favorite upper back mobility exercises for if you don't have a foam roller. Enjoy!